In this episode of Falmouth in Focus, we'll learn about a new prescription delivery program available to Falmouth seniors, stop by the Waquoit Congregational Church to hear about their community programs this holiday season, and look at the upcoming Homeless Persons Memorial Day service. All this and much more on this edition of Falmouth in Focus.
Hello and welcome to Falmouth in Focus, FCTV's current affairs program. I'm your host, Michael Kasparian. The continuing spread of COVID-19 will make celebrating the 2020 holiday season a different experience for all of us. Staying healthy by following the guidelines for social distancing, mask wearing, and following good sanitary habits is crucial during this busy time of year to help protect us all. Falmouth's health agent, Scott McGann's Friday briefings are a good way to stay informed of the latest regulations. You can view the briefings on FCTV Government Channel 15, our Facebook page, and fctv.org. Neighborhood Falmouth is a local nonprofit organization whose mission it is to help seniors stay safely and comfortably in their homes for as long as possible. During the pandemic, they have expanded their delivery services to all seniors in this time of need. Let's take a look.
So when the pandemic hit, we realized that not only were there a lot of seniors who were going to be too afraid, rightly so, to go do their own grocery shopping or to go to the pharmacy and get their own medicine. But we also realized that we were uniquely positioned to provide those services. So we had the volunteer base, we had the matching software, and we had the years of knowledge and practice in doing just this. So we made the decision that we would open up our delivery services for any senior in town during the pandemic. And all they had to do was ask. So we got in touch with the various social service agencies in town, and we have been able to do grocery shopping for people and pharmacy pickups in particular.
I grocery shop for one of our members. I've been doing that for her since March, since really the pandemic started. And it's worked out quite well. It's brought us actually together as friends. And what I basically do is I take her list and go to Shaw's every Friday. And when I get back, she writes me a check for the amount that I spent. And it works very well, and I enjoy it.
The response since we started doing this at the beginning of the pandemic has been extremely positive. I think people are really, really grateful that in addition to the other supports that are going on around town during the pandemic, there's this support in addition. So we have a variety of people who have signed on with us for the short term and for free. And down the line, they may choose to become members of Neighborhood Falmouth. But the community endorsement of this has been really terrific, and we felt really good about being able to do our part for our community during this terrible time.
Good morning. Hi. How are you? I'm great.
It's a lovely day.
Oh, it's gorgeous. You're really an early bird today.
I know.
It dispels the sense of isolation and helplessness. It means that I have some reliable contact. My needs are being met. And not only that, they're being met graciously with humor and kindness. And I'm very grateful.
I think that, in the best of times, seniors can get isolated, and especially now, when families aren't able to do the things perhaps that they used to do for their loved ones. It's really important to have other people step in, and I think it's just a measure of how wonderful, Neighborhood Falmouth is. that they're coming in a time of need.
If you or someone you know needs senior delivery services, or you would like to become a volunteer, contact Neighborhood Falmouth by calling 508-564-7543 for more information. Thanks to Bob Fenstermaker for that story. It's time now for 3 Things from Town Hall, FCTV's condensed version of the takeaways from recent municipal meetings. Selections are chosen based on community impact.
Falmouth Health Agent Scott McGann reported to the Select Board the most recent data acquired regarding COVID-19 cases in Falmouth and Barnstable County. Mr. McGann displayed to the board an array of visual slides indicating that we are indeed in the midst of a second wave of the pandemic, with case numbers rising to concerning levels.
My months of going to you and saying everything's doing really well is over. I mean, we're kind of in the thick of the second wave. I'm going to take the screen for a little bit. Picture's worth 1,000 words. I've said too many words today, so let me show you some pictures. So here's the weekly case trend, and of course we had that really good summer and fall, but here is the last couple of weeks. So we've been averaging, if you took out the congregate care, long-term care, we had one long-term care with 22 residents and about 8 or 9 staff. If you took that out, we've been averaging somewhere between 28 and 35 cases per week leading up to Thanksgiving. The red dot indicates the partial week. This is what we've had since Friday. So we've had 29 cases since Friday. That's probably more than we had the entire month of like August or something like that. So we're having more cases.
Fire Rescue Chief Timothy Smith and Town Manager Julian Suso updated the board regarding the West Falmouth Fire Station and the proposed new fire station. Chief Smith and Mr. Suso gave a brief update on the proposed new fire engine that is scheduled for purchase in the upcoming capital budget. The board was given a brief recap on the recent report from the consultants hired that stated the new station should be located on Sandwich Road.
First, as the board's aware, the Citizens Committee on the new fire station location made their presentation recently with the recommendation that the new fifth, the replacement fire station, should focus on the north central area, commonly referred to generally as Hatchville. Instructed in the mission statement provided by the board, this was based upon analysis of 3 years of actual fire department run data as provided by McGrath Consulting, working closely with the fire department. I've been involved in an internal review with appropriate staff members of the multiple alternative locations suggested for consideration. Not surprisingly, this internal review has revealed significant challenges related to each of the identified alternatives. At this time, it appears that the optimum alternative in that area is on Sandwich Road at the vacant corner of the 14-acre parcel, which includes the existing Sandwich Road fields, and which is, quote, under the jurisdiction and control of the Board of Selectmen as per the town meeting action in acquiring the property on November 18th, 2002.
The Edward Marks Building Advisory Committee gave a report to the Select Board addressing some key work that has been done since their last report. The report recapped proposals for grants, the setup of a subcommittee to assess the renovation and restoration work, exterior lighting replacements, and an analysis of the historical elements of the building. The current pandemic has limited the work of the committee, and the Select Board acknowledged the difficult times and praised the committee for its diligent efforts.
We had a plan for the year, but I'm sure you're hearing from pretty much every committee in town that there's the pre-COVID view of the world, and then there is the post-COVID. So our original goals are cited at the top, and then how we planned, past tense, to work with the town through 2020, but everything is going more slowly than we desired.
To see the meetings in their entirety, check out Government Channel 15's program schedule at fctv.org. After a quick break, we'll stop by the Waquoit Congregational Church to hear about their holiday programs. Stay with us. Welcome back to Falmouth in Focus. The COVID-19 pandemic is not going to deter the Waquoit Congregational Church from celebrating the Christmas season. Reverend Nell Fields fills us in on what they have planned.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Reverend Nell Fields, the minister of the Waquoit Congregational Church, and I'm actually smiling under this mask. I'm smiling because it is the Christmas season, and no pandemic can keep us from celebrating it. We've had a lot of activities here. We had our annual tree sale. We sold out in 2 days, phenomenal. We had Christmas in Waquoit, where people can buy ornaments and lights. And on the 24th at 5:30, we're gonna gather outside safely with masks on. We've got glow sticks, we've got candles. We're gonna listen to some beautiful Christmas prayers, and then we're gonna silently sing Silent Night. Then at 7, we have our broadcast of our Christmas Eve service. And then we're wrapping this season up by spreading joy and spreading love with our drive-through Christmas meals to go. The idea is you call ahead, you reserve a meal for you and your family, and then on Christmas Day, you drive through our parking lot or down Parsons Lane, and we'll safely put those meals in your car. It's our way of saying thank you, Falmouth, for all your support. It's our way of saying we love you and we're all in this together. Our reservations end on December 20th, so if you haven't reserved your meal, there's still time to do so. The meal is fully cooked. It's prepared by our friends and partners at the Buffalo Jump. We have beautiful cookies that actually are being baked by our friends at the Falmouth Jewish congregation. So this really is a community event, and we're so happy and thrilled that we can share it with members of the community in need, including all the firefighters, the police, and the ER workers who are going to be working that day will get a free meal as well. This community is so lovely. I am so honored and privileged to be the minister here because the folks who are part of this community have really taught me how to love more deeply and love more widely. Yeah, we invite everybody to be part of our community in the safety of your own home. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. you can watch us on Facebook Live. We're also on YouTube. You can jump on Zoom with us. Email me to get that Zoom link. And then on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. on FCTV, Channel 13, they rebroadcast our service. But love for you to join us.
Be sure to check out their website and Facebook pages for the latest event information. Thanks to Andrew Richards for that story. Holiday time is normally a stressful time for many of us, but Holiday Time 2020 is like no other. Here's FCTV member Patty Burke, a certified health and transformational coach, with some helpful suggestions on how to navigate the holiday season with the added challenges of COVID-19.
I want to provide some useful tips on how to enjoy the holidays and maintain our health while thriving through the pandemic. How does that sound? How do we keep our cup filled in a healthy way so that we have a happy attitude and positive energy resources, right? So that we're not fatigued all the time. Self-care is basically taking care of yourself, your soul, your body through intentional activities that enhance your mood, energy, productivity, and overall well-being. Here are some self-care tips. Fitness, incorporating fitness into our daily routine. Changing our motion changes our emotions. Okay, it increases the happy hormones. So we want to move our body at least 30 minutes rigorously each day. Connect with nature. Watch your nutrition. Try to eat highly dense nutritional food. That is the fuel that will help to increase our happy hormones. Increase social connection. Now we have to do it from afar. Try to pick up the phone or do a Zoom conference or FaceTime. Also, wedge out quiet time in your day. This is really important to reconnect, have your brain relax. You can do some reading, some meditation, writing, or listening to music. Just having that alone time for 10 or 15 minutes is super important for recharging. The second thing we want to do, and lastly, is to ask ourselves, how do I improve my work-life balance? So we can list our top priorities. I call them non-negotiables. So list them out. We want to infuse them into our daily routine. So again, this can be fitness, taking vitamins, meal planning, your work assignments, taking care of your family, cleaning your house. Try to have a list of top 5 that you want to concentrate on each week and just stay focused on those areas. So in conclusion, the bottom line is, with these tips and with self-awareness, we can actually thrive through this pandemic and enjoy the holidays all at the same time. Keep in mind these success tips. Set your priorities, stick with a routine, take time for intentional self-care, and turn to your pleasure menu. And if you find yourself turning to something unhealthy, ask yourself, what else is my body or in my life, what else is looking to be nourished? And as we intentionally increase our happy hormones as often as possible, we will be increasing our overall health and increasing our enjoyment during the holidays.
We look forward to Patty being a regular contributor to Falmouth in Focus. Thanks to Andrew Richards for that story. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll hear about an annual event sponsored by Belonging to Each Other. Stay with us. Welcome back. Being homeless has been a difficult challenge even before the COVID-19 pandemic. Belonging to Each Other is one local organization that is working to provide housing for the homeless during the cold winter months.
I do know that as we contacted people this fall, they, in many cases, expressed some hesitancy to move into a congregant living situation, given how contagious the disease was. I guess they felt safer in their cars or in their tents or whatever.
We have been very fortunate to not have any of our clients that have had the COVID, and we've tested and been very diligent to make sure that we keep good health conditions in both of the homes that we offer to the homeless, and that's been a positive for us. I think you would agree, Ed.
Absolutely, but it took a lot of planning and new protocols in place. We require anyone who contacts us for housing, of course, to be a Falmouth resident and to be clean and sober, but also to be willing to get a flu shot, to be COVID tested, and of course we do Cori and SORI checks. If the person is literally at risk of freezing to death while waiting for the results of the COVID test, we do have a motel room we can put the person in until we get the test results. But by checking everybody so carefully and having such protocols in place and standards in the houses in terms of mask wearing and social distancing, we've been able to, as Paul says, avoid again any of our Belonging to Each Other clients coming down with the virus.
We have an interfaith service on what is the shortest day and the longest night of the year. And as you know, that's on December 21st, so it's next Monday. Our intent each year is to memorialize and to remember the loss of lives on the Cape and Island. And this year we have just gotten our figures. There are 28 men and women who unfortunately have lost their lives because of homelessness. This year, I think it's much more meaningful than ever before because of what's going on in the country and in the world.
For more information about the memorial service for Homeless Persons Memorial Day, please visit bteofalmouth.com. Thanks to Alan Russell for that story. Falmouth High School had their annual open house for 8th grade students on December 17th. Due to COVID protocols, this year's meeting was a virtual one, where students gave their tours in a slightly different way. Here's more about life at FHS.
Welcome to Falmouth High School. This is the main entrance where students and staff arrive every morning. When you first enter, you see the main office to the left, the health office just past that, and our activities and athletic office to the right. These will all be important places for you to know as you come to Falmouth High School as a freshman.
Our librarian, Ms. Parker, is dedicated to supporting students in both their research efforts for class and their own desire to read for enjoyment. Our library is outfitted with both tables and chairs as well as high-top tables where students can work independently or in small groups. We also have several more comfortable chairs near the front where students can sit and quietly read a book, the newspaper, or complete some homework.
So this is the Falmouth High School cafeteria. There are 3 cafeterias for lunch. In a typical year, we have large cafeteria tables and students are able to choose where and with whom they eat with. Seniors usually have their own cafeteria where they can eat at and the ability to eat outside.
The Falmouth High School Auditorium is both a place for general meetings as well as our long list of shows and concerts. In a typical month, your principal, assistant principal, and class advisors, among others, will schedule class meetings to review general points of interest in upcoming events. At night and on the weekends, the auditorium becomes the venue for our band, choir, musical ensembles, and drama groups to hold concerts and plays. Joining these groups is just one of the many ways you can get involved as a Falmouth High Clipper.
Welcome to the Falmouth High School Fieldhouse. We are lucky to have 2 large gymnasiums where our physical education and health teachers can conduct their classes. Furthermore, on the side of the fieldhouse, you find an entrance to the FHS Wellness Center, a complete gymnasium with treadmills, bikes, and waves. Every PE and health teacher takes the time to teach students how to use the facility properly, encouraging them to focus on lifelong wellness.
This is our new multi-purpose turf field, which was just completed last year. In a normal year, this is where you will come to see many of our athletic teams and our award-winning marching band perform. The Clippers football, boys and girls soccer, boys and girls lacrosse, and field hockey teams call the field home.
This is the guidance suite, which is located on the 2nd floor of Falmouth High School. Every student at Falmouth High is assigned to one of our 4 guidance counselors for the 4 years they attend high school. Your counselor will help you with scheduling decisions, college and career planning, and navigating high school life. We are also very lucky to have 3 additional adjustment counselors who work with students in supporting their social, emotional needs.
Thanks to Ryan Weber for that story. FCTV wants to remind you that television can be as easy as hitting record on your smartphone. We'd like to invite all Falmouth residents and visitors to share their slice of life with us. Email us your photos and videos or upload them to Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram using the hashtag MyFalmouth or Falmouth in Focus to be featured on the show. Thank you to our most recent contributors. We leave you now with sights and sounds from holiday time around Falmouth. Thank you for watching Falmouth in Focus, and happy holidays from all of us at FCTV. We'll see you in 2021.